pardon? She felt a blush coming on. In that coat, it's 80 degrees. Yeah, I didn't have room in my luggage. She spoke without turning back to face him while scrolling through Goodreads on her phone. She wanted to update her status on where she was in her book. Where are you going? He asked. Athens. I guessed that much. Are you going to visit relatives? Nope. Then you must be one of those visiting students, he said, moving to the seat behind hers. He smelled like soap. Yep, you nailed it. I did what? I'm sorry. That's just an expression. She glanced back at him. His face was so close that she could see the big round pupils in his dark brown eyes. His dark curly hair fell around his face, nearly touching his shoulders, which were bare except for the 1-inch strap of his blue cotton tank. The muscles in his arms were solid and well-defined. If he weren't so cute, she might be uncomfortable. When she looked into his eyes, she found it difficult to pull away. He was mesmerizing. Her phone vibrated, stirring her from her stupor. It was a text from her mother, asking if she had landed yet in Patras. On bus to Athens, she texted back. When the boy said nothing more, she rummaged through her bag for her e-reader and returned to the world of her book. Not 30 minutes had passed when she felt the boy lean on the back of her seat and ask, What are you reading? Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. He gasped. She spun around to face him. Have you read it? No. Is it good? So far, yes. I'm loving it. Then she added, I've always been fascinated by vampire stories. The corners of his mouth quirked. Is that so? What's so funny? She narrowed her eyes. I don't believe in them or anything. I'm just interested in the mythology. I see. She didn't like that he was laughing at her, so she turned around in her seat to face the front and continued reading. It was difficult for her to get back into the novel after that. She kept seeing the boy's face in place of the words. Only a few minutes had passed, however, when the boy leaned forward and asked, So what interests you about the vampires? A lot of things. She glanced back at him. Their superpowers, for one. Invisibility, flight, mind control. Don't forget X-ray vision, he said, giving her a once-over. Yeah, right. She laughed. You're thinking of Superman. He laughed too. What else? She turned in her seat and rested her back against the bus window so she could face him. I guess the idea of conquering death is interesting to me. Are you afraid of death? No, not really. But I suppose I'm curious about it. In what way? He leaned closer. Well, don't you wonder if there's life after death? Do we go to heaven, or do we go to sleep? Or do we just stop existing? Not that it matters. I just wonder, that's all. If it doesn't matter, then why do you wonder about it? It matters. I just meant we're going to die regardless of what happens. She twisted the belt of her coat. Like my grandma. She just died. And so I wonder if she can still hear me and stuff, you know? He sat back in his seat and studied her, like he was assessing her. She blushed. What? He shook his head. So what else about vampire mythology do you find interesting? I don't know. She twisted the belt in the opposite direction. The combination of power and powerlessness, I guess. It makes them tragic. Powerlessness? They can't help what they are. They don't usually choose to become vampires. But they prey on humans, yes? He asked. In the story I'm reading right now, a vampire is trying to live on the blood of animals, but it's very difficult for him. Moi, the boy cringed. I can imagine. I once read that vampires are a reflection of us. We created the mythology to represent ourselves. He leaned forward again, his arms almost touching her. Explain. She bit her lip, searching for the right words. She must have been thinking hard, for she drew blood. The boy leaned in, and for a moment, she thought he would kiss her. The bus hit a bump, and she fell back against the window, hitting her head. The boy eased back in his seat. She rubbed her head and turned to face the front. You okay? He asked from behind.